All right, you guys can all hear me, right? Okay, I see heads nodding and they're all on silent. Okay, so let's turn it this way before we get started. Okay.
This is like a heavy-sided room.
I know, that's what I told them. I just showered. Casey can validate that I just showered.
Me too. My hair's so wet.
Okay. So welcome everyone to the March team meeting. So this is our first meeting of the new catalog season. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. So I wanted to make sure everyone visited the name tag table and you got your name tag and you filled it up towards the bottom, that you visited the stats table and filled in your stats, even if you just joined and don't have anything submitted yet, like Lacey. She needed to fill hers out. We also have a couple of raffles over there behind Alexis. We have your do and tell raffle, so you're supposed to go through and total those up before you got here. And then you have your product bag raffle, and then you have your catalog raffle. So if you brought a catalog and you want to toss it in the mix, you get a ticket for that. And next up, what do I have? Name tag, sign it. You signed in on the stats piece of paper that's over there on the board, so that, I mean, on the table, so that we make sure we know that you're here, so that you'll be able to mark off your rewards card. So either you left it at home or you brought it here with you. People who are seeing us from afar, because you're on Zoom, and if you are outside the 50-mile radius, you get to mark off that you were here for March. Okay, so our first thing is to definitely welcome our guests, because we have lots of guests tonight. Okay, so first up we have Lacey, as she's chewing. Of course I pick on her. So Lacey is a brand new consultant, just joined when? Saturday, 3-3.
Wow.
So she's officially under Stacy Coleman, since we like the name Stacy, Casey, and Lacey.
Oh my goodness.
You have to be named AC to be on their team. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, come sit. And the girls, y'all can go upstairs and play, or y'all can stay down here, whatever you're most comfortable with. Mia, you can take her upstairs because she's not been here. Oh, okay. Well, when we weren't here, yes. Okay. All right. So then we also have some guests that have not joined yet. So Laura, do you want to introduce your guests?
Yes, this is Ron Millette. He is a previous past host of mine who has been asking a lot of questions and decided to do the kit credit. So we're looking forward to getting him signed up hopefully tonight.
Awesome. All right, and then this is my new friend Christy and her daughter Grace. Christy just attended a show at a lady's house named Nancy, and thought, hey, I'll come check out these weird people. So don't scare them yet, okay? This is like the don't scare corner. Okay?
Then, sitting over here.
I know. We let those two sit over there. So, and then I know we also have, Teresa is in Florida. She's this little black square right here. And she has a hostess with her tonight that is taking and closing her show and signing up tonight.
Awesome.
So that's awesome. We got Bree up in Connecticut. It's probably cold up there. Kim and Valerie and Heather are all visiting us from wherever, all their fun spots. All right. So thank you, Zoomers, for taking the time out to be here. So our first training tonight, Mia Foreman. You know where the loud talking comes from, right? Y'all haven't met my husband.
I love your husband.
He has he is very
what
deep
you're
voice.
talking about.
Yes. Anyway, so our first training tonight is cookware. So you guys selling some of the new cookware yet?
Yep.
Have you taken it out of the box?
Yep.
Do you know how to use it?
Yep.
If not, we're gonna go through it tonight. All right, so what I'm handing out is just our generic training sheet. Oh, I forgot to send this to the Zoomers. If you need a writing utensil, do you want to take some notes down? If you need a writing utensil, there are some on the front table and a coffee cup. And Zoomers, I'm going to put this up on the team train. There, I have a generic Evernote that's just called handouts. And so anytime there's a handout, we will add it there. So the one I just handed out is the one that we use for every team meeting. It's kind of got blank sections on it. And I'm copying and pasting that right now. Don't you love technology, how we can do this so quickly? Let me get out my floppy disk and save it on the floppy disk real quick.
So you might know what like a Southwest roll, like unravel.
All right. All right, so every meeting we usually have 3 training segments, some recognition, some announcements, and we never do them in the same order. So they're always mixed up. So at any rate, this is training number 1, and it is about cookware. So where do we find information about cookware on Consultant's Corner? Have you guys been there yet? Yes. Product information guide, right. Okay, so there are 2 links that I will have in the handouts for you guys. Yes, so there's a section in the spring and summer section, and then there's also under product videos, there's a section on cookware, and then there's a section on new products. So I kind of combined some information that was from both those locations and from a director's call that I was on a couple weeks ago. So why did the cookware change? So just like our phones and our cars, we get a new model every year. Well, we may not personally, but the manufacturers bring out a new model, don't they? So it's been 10 years since our cookware has had a facelift. And I remember selling my old professional cookware at a gently used sale the year Mia was born. So, or like she was 1 or something like that. Like I remember the person I sold it to, her name was Rachel. She lives in Suffolk. And so it was time for our cookware to have a facelift. So basically what they are saying is try not to look back, just start cooking with it and know that we're keeping up with the trends and we're keeping up with the market. I personally am keeping my executive pieces. I'm not gonna like take that entire like 12 or I don't know how many pieces we had, 15 pieces and move them out because I still use them and love them. But at my shows, I'm only taking new cookware. That's kind of like my hard rule is that even if I love something, AKA the tool turnabout, I will not take it because it's been discontinued to a show because then that makes them want it. Doesn't mean you have to get rid of it in your own kitchen. As you see, I have 4 turnabouts in my kitchen right now. Okay, so with the cookware, what happened? So the technology is all new. So there was some innovation there. And I'm just gonna sit down here next to my cookware so you guys, I bet you those people can't see me. All right, let me try this. My back is really bothering me, guys. Sorry, I thought it might be better if I sit. Maybe a little bit. I'll sit on the steps, on the thing. All right, so what we've got is what it is made out of. Does anybody know what it is made out of?
Metal.
Yeah, there you go. So
It's a 4-ply.
there you go. Yes, that's one of the things. One's 3, one's 4. Hey, come on in. Welcome, Gia.
There's more space.
There's
over
seats
there.
all
Yeah.
around.
Ooh, good. Okay.
So you're okay. So let's talk about the non-stick first. The non-stick is a cast aluminum alloy with 4-layer titanium reinforced coating.
Yeah.
All right, so that might impress some people. I don't know about, like, for me, that doesn't really impress me. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So it depends on your crowd. Ron, speak what, do men get impressed by that kind of stuff?
They might.
That looks it.
It would depend on, yes.
Okay, yeah, and you have to know. So I remember back when the old cookware came out, we were like, it's hard anodized aluminum. They're like, that's what the engines are made out of. And so like that was like something that always kind of stuck with me. So it's a cast aluminum alloy, and then it is made from a mold. It is not metal that they bend, which is different. Our other stuff was metal, aluminum that they would bend, or this is, I guess, poured into a mold. And it makes it flatter, which I didn't know you could do cookware any flatter, but this is flatter than I guess it previously could be. It is sandblasted, and this process causes the top layer of the pan to have a slightly rough surface. Have you guys noticed that? Okay, so it's sandblasted, which makes it more durable than our executive cookware. And then my printer broke out and I can't read my last line, so I'm gonna try to use context clues. And that calls for a slightly different cooking experience. I have no idea what that sentence said, sorry. So this combination of the thicker pan and slightly rougher surface may cause food like fried eggs to stick. So that's why you'll may want to still use oil or whatever in our nonstick, even though our previous nonstick you didn't necessarily have to. I still did. I don't know if you guys did. I still always did if I did an egg. Like our executive line, it's just you just need a small amount of oil or butter to give it its best results. Now, it's extremely hard, okay, get this. extremely hard cut, resistant titanium crystals that are bonded to the aluminum with plasma jet at 36,000 degrees.
Hashtag science.
Okay, hashtag science. So we got the science nerd in the room. Okay, but what this does is it protects it against corrosion and makes it long lasting. All right, and so I said something earlier about it being thicker. So if somebody asks the gauge, that's like a common term, that the bottom is 6 milliliters and the millimeters, and the sides are 5 millimeters. All right, and that's going to come into play when I talk about the stainless, because that's a different millimeter. And then the four-layer titanium reinforced cookware allows for metal utensils, which we've never had before. Now, what do they say about metal utensils?
You can use it.
You can use it, and it may cause a scratch or two, but that's okay because of the 4 layers. It's not going to flake off the coating. Okay, so that's why if you see a little like normal wear and tear, people say like, you know, there's a line in it. That's okay. How heat safe is the pan?
400 degrees.
Up a little higher?
I would say 480.
480. All right, and the lids are 400. And then it's really easy to wipe off. And where does this one go?
Dishwasher.
In the dishwasher.
I cleaned up so easily.
Isn't it beautiful? I have never had a cleaner grill pan and grill press than I've had right now, because I used to not put my press in the dishwasher because I'm like, oh, I just wash it all together. Now I'm putting them both in there, and it's beautiful. So when you put them in there, you'll notice here on mine, look at the difference of these 2 bases. Okay.
Normal.
All right. So this is normal. This one has not been in the dishwasher. This one has. All right. This is normal. That will happen. The aluminum will oxidize, and it's not a flaw, and it does not affect its performance. I actually had the most crispiest chicken last night, and I dropped it on the floor. So
I saw that.
did you see that?
Pampered, not perfect.
Exactly. So what happens with the handle?
Take it off.
It comes off. So that makes it what?
Storage.
Easy to store. Yeah. So you've seen the pictures where they stack up all the pieces, which makes that really nice. The handles are interchangeable between pans. Have you ever figured that out already, or did you label make all yours? I did not label mine. So this one can go in the saucepan and then go in the skillet. So it doesn't matter which one's in there.
So, a little basket for all of them.
Yeah, you can put a little basket and put them all in there.
Kind of like
31 tote.
I was gonna say kind of like Tupperware.
Yes, they all are interchanged there. Now, one thing I do like about this is it's like a 2-lock kind of situation. You have to push and pull at the same time. So when it locks on, you don't have to be worried that this is gonna fall off. Okay, so that's why they did that. You got some more peeps on there you want to talk to?
We see we got Courtney, Teresa, Val, Kim, Heather, and Brie.
Okay.
And Kelly.
And Kelly is there with Teresa. All right, and then what are we lacking right here that we used to have? Rivets. So what happens because we have no rivets?
Easier cleaning.
Easier cleaning.
It doesn't rust.
No crusty food.
No, so it doesn't rust and no crusty food, because our other cookware, yes, you would get a little food stuck in there. And that actually used to be one of the pluses, is that they was riveted in and you wouldn't need a screwdriver to screw it in after many years of use. But this helps to not have any food buildup right there. And then what's the material it no longer has in it? It's 4 letters.
PFOA.
PFOA. Does anybody know what that stands for?
Science.
Science.
Keep going, Laura.
Oxalic something.
Okay, so it is definitely a Googleable worthy science word, PFOA. And the reason that I know about PFOA is when I've been exposed to it is I have a couple customers who have birds. And if you cook with cookware that has PFOA in it, it can release a chemical into the air that can kill a bird in like 30 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's called the bird flu, and it kills them. So it's funny because I've had some bird owners that are like just open the windows, and I have other bird owners that absolutely do not bring it in my house. Okay, so the PFOA, it is PFOA free. So that's why I've like contacted back my bird people and said, guess what? You can now have this in your house. So they're pretty excited about that. And then Pampered Chef when they started to do this cookware upgrade, they looked at the kind of cooking our customers were doing, and then every step that they were taking along the way to make this cookware to come together. So it's perfect. Both lines are perfect for busy people and for people who like to spend hours cooking and prepping and all that, like weekend or me time thing. There are people like that exist, okay? Now, from the leaders call that I was on, they covered a couple things about why does the nonstick and the stainless look different even when they're in the same size category. So if you hold a 12-inch stainless up to a 12-inch nonstick, there's a slight difference, like in the, I guess, diameter because of the 12 inches, because when the nonstick was made, if you look on the bottom, does anybody know where the nonstick is made without having to look up real close? The nonstick, come on, honey. The nonstick is made in Germany. Yeah, it's right over there. Is made in Germany. So what happens is when they made this, it was on the metric system, and then they had to convert back to inches. So they got it as close as they could to our inches for that purpose. So that's why when you put a 12-inch and a 12-inch side by side, or the 10-inch and the 10-inch side by side, you will notice a difference. I don't know if any of you guys have done that yet, but I did notice that when I was looking at some stuff back and forth. All right, so the other thing, this is just kind of like an FYI. Skillets have lids. That's what we call these skillets. Fry pans do not. So like we use a saute. We call those sautés. We call these skillets. So skillets have lids. The stainless steel is also very high quality. It's got the stainless steel outside and the non-stick mesh on the inside. So this is a new technology. So who was saying 3 or 4? Somebody was saying, what was it? What were you, and with reference to this, what's the 3 stand for? Triclad, yes.
Oh.
So it is triclad, which means it's stainless steel inside out and there's aluminum in the center. What does that help with? Does anybody know? Heat distribution and retention. Yes. So the stainless steel, you know, is the reason people like stainless steel is because of the sear effect, right? They like the sear that it gives because that produces little meat particles in the bottom. That's called what? Fawn. Somebody's been to my show. And what do you do with your fawn once it's down there? You make a roux. What's that? You make yummy stuff. Gravies, right? So the stainless steel will still do that because with even though it has the nonstick mesh in here, enough of the stainless shows through and comes through to still get your fawn, so you can still do your roux into your gravy or dressing or whatever you call it. Okay, so some people are scared of stainless. Raise your hand if you've ever been scared to cook with stainless. I didn't know any of the previous stainless steel Pampered chef cookware because I was scared. And this is as easy to clean up as the nonstick. And it can also go in the dishwasher. All right. And then, what does that say? Oh, follow whatever the recipe calls for. So if it says add oil, add butter, add lard, whatever, do exactly what it says for the recipe. You don't need to make any adjustments with that. And then where do these pans go for cleanup?
Dishwasher.
In the dishwasher. Now, some of you may be like, that's really long to put in my dishwasher. It takes a lot of space. But I hand wash this. I've been using this almost every other morning to do sausage and egg with jalapeno and red pepper. That's like our new favorite breakfast. And like a scramble kind of thing. And so I've been using this pan. Now, if you'll notice, what has happened to the back of mine? What's that?
Oxidizing.
It's oxidizing, yes. So this will oxidize the more you use it. Okay, and that is normal. If you want to use, like if something gets a little sticky on there, they recommend a baking soda paste and not Barkeeper's Friend.
Oh.
Okay, so you may need to write that down as one of your note items is do not use Barkeeper's Friend because we have referred to that for other things in the past.
Yeah.
I
I
think
thought it was Barkeeper's Friend on the outside, not on the inside.
Didn't we talk about Barkeeper's Friend when we did our stoneware training?
we might have with stoneware.
No, rock rocks.
Rock rocks.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that's it. That's right. All right, so like stoneware, it will darken on the bottom. So other great things about this pan is where are the 3 surfaces that are flat in your kitchen that it can, 3 types of surfaces that it can go on. Stove. Okay, so there's 3 different kinds of stoves that can go on, which are induction or convection, because that's the underneath part. So induction, gas, and electric. We've never had, well, I guess the stainless was induction beforehand, but this continues to service those people who have induction ovens. And then this also has no rivets in the inside, so food's not going to get stuck in there. No need to season it, just use it. You're gonna, it has a nice flared rim for pouring, which is a signature of our last cookware that we had, so it goes right where you need it to go in that gravy boat. And then the gauge on the bottom and the walls is 2.5 millimeters. So that's half the thickness of this. So that's why when you feel these, and even though they're different materials, but you'll feel the gauge of them too. So sometimes people will ask the gauge question. So you have that information if you need it. And then the glass lid helps you watch the food while you're cooking it. So you know that's really nice. When you clean your glass lid, if you notice any water getting in the lid, what home office said is just leave it out and let it dry. All right, so just don't, I leave dishes out for days drying. So, and I'm like, oh, they got wet again. They're not dry yet. It's like turn the dryer cycle back on, right? You're like, oh, I splashed water on them, they're gonna dry some more. All right, so here are some words you're gonna use when it comes to booking shows with the new cookware. So how about this? Let me show you some new cooking techniques to impress your family and make meals fast. Our new stainless steel and non-stick cookware makes sauteing, searing, shimmering a breeze. I would love to show you and your friends why you need these products. I'm available on March 13th and 14th or whatever. Which of these dates works best for you? All right, so there's one approach. Here's another one. Do you have busy weeks and you still want to find time to make healthy meals? Let's do a fast and fresh party with the Caribbean chicken rice bowls. Anybody made that yet?
No, but it looks so good.
It does look good. It's a one-pot meal with our brand new multi-pot that you'll love. I'd love to show you and your friends how tasty and quick and healthy and eating healthy can be. Well, Pampered Chef's new products are now available and they include amazing cookware. I'd love to show you and a few of your friends. And our host rewards makes it so easy to get this for half off. And are you looking for ways to eat healthy? Do you notice the healthy is over and over and over here? We have a great new Smart Swap theme that shares tips and tricks, and it works great when you have a Facebook party. I can also show you all of our new products that make it easy, that make swap so easy. What date should I schedule you and your friends? So even for those virtual parties, you give them a date because like Stacy let us see like last week, her going live and narrowing them down to, you did an hour or a half hour?
A half hour.
Half hour. Narrowing them down to a half hour, it's been working really well for you. You've had $3,000 parties by doing that live, even though you're in your own kitchen. So, and then her people at work love it because
They want to know what my next show is.
they want to know because she
When we
brings
get
all the
lunch
food to work. So that's awesome.
A show. Well, that's what I did in one day.
Yes, so that's a great thing to do with that because I was worried about that too. Like, what do I do with food that I cook at 8:30 at night and I want my kids to be in bed or whatever? I'm sure Drew would eat it, but you know.
You found that 8:30 works really well.
That I started at 8, so it's an hour long party. So from 8 to about 8:10, 8:15, it's just getting everybody into it. So roll call, that kind of stuff, so people are there, and then about 8:15, I go live, and that to me that works well because as a mom, that's when I finally get to sit down most days.
Yes.
I've picked up a recipe, picked up from whatever sport activity. We've hopefully had dinner, mostly cleaned up from dinner, and I'm finally going, okay, me time.
Yes.
Right? So most people by about 8:15, 8:30 have some downtime where they could probably chime in at that point.
Excellent.
So far that's worked.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for sharing.
So one thing to know is you will have customers that already have existing executive cookware, and they're going to say, what happens to my warranty? Because, all right, so yes, it's a lifetime guarantee. So what home office has said is we will do our best to match the pans through next February, through 19. After this date, or if we run out of stock, we'll replace the cookware with the new equivalent. All right, so that happened to so I've had that happen when we moved from professional, right? Was professional to executive. I had people that had professional, and then when Pampered Chef says, okay, well, in the 8-inch saute pan, we only have executive cookware now. What they do is they figure out the price difference, and if you got it half price and they half the price difference, they calculate the tax, and then you just pay the difference for the upgrade. Okay, so one thing I did recently learn is that the warranties are set by the manufacturers, not by Pampered Chef. So that's why there are some things that only have a 1, 2, 3, 5 warranty because the manufacturer could not guarantee that they would, 1, still be in business, 2, be able to still make it, or and 3, us still, I guess, get it from them. So that's kind of like what happened to our bamboo. We had an issue with shipping from overseas. We couldn't get bamboo products into the US. They were getting, do you remember that when they were being stuck like in customs in California? So this is just part of the process there. All right, so some other resources you have is you're gonna have on Paper Chef, there's a comparison chart that lays out all 3 types of cookware. So you'll have your new non-stick, your new stainless, and then the current executive pieces that we held over. So what pieces are those? You guys remember? Double burner grill pan,
Double burner griddle,
and double burner griddle.
and then
Is those the only 2?
yeah,
Okay, I think those were the only 2. And then the press kind of came along with it.
and those
All
are
right.
on sale.
Yeah.
Yes, did you notice they're on sale? So they are on, there's a document on the spring, summer little tab that has things that are on sale. So it sets and things that they've marked down because they're trying to move them out is my assumption. I'm assuming that in the next 6 months to a year, either, you know, the next product launch or the one after that is when they'll have the manufacturer who can make the double burner grill pan and the double burner griddle in the new material. So that was the holdup right now. So we could not get them, I guess, time-wise to manufacture that in time for us. All right, and then there's also troubleshooting. So if my pan is doing this, what should I do? So I screenshot them all and I put them in the notes for you, but there's also, they just are underneath cookware, and there's just 2 charts down there with pictures and what to do if.
And the use and care guide is everywhere, you guys.
Yeah.
Use it, because I'm finding consultants are asking questions. And I'm like, there's a use and care guide with every single product.
And you guys know you can get to the use and care guide from your app. So when you look at a product, there's usually the information tab, then you hit the next tab over and it says use and care. And then the next tab over says tips, selling tips.
Or related.
Yeah, related items. So it's really a useful, I mean, that phone is always in your hand, you know, so that's a great resource to have, that Pampered Chef app. All right, so you guys learn to feel a little bit more confident about cookware?
I love it.
You love your cookware? I'm not really liking it. I've just forced myself to use it. All right, so next up, we have Laura is going to talk to you about how to get maybe some more bookings for the new season. All right, I'm going to set this.
Pen and paper out for this one.
Yeah, me too.
What? I wasn't worthy of pen and paper?
Oh, yeah, you were. Oh. Sorry, it was review.
Well, I'm glad that it was a review because you should have, like, we had time to go and look for that ahead of time.
Well,
Awesome.
my training is almost word for word already on the Evernote that you guys will get the meeting notes afterward. So if you know, I always recommend taking notes just because I think your brain absorbs better when you write it down. But yeah, all this information is going to be right there for you. Anyway. All right, so yay, the spring selling season's finally here. So this is a great time to talk about prospecting. Who knows what prospecting is? Anybody know what that fancy word means?
There's a goal.
I'm kind of waving a little carrot out there. That's a very good analogy, yes. So really, when I think of, like the guys from the gold rush, they were called prospectors.
I'm old.
Basically, it just means you're looking for business. That's all you're doing. And in this kind of a more narrow vein, we're looking for actual bookings, okay? You can prospect and get sales, and you can prospect and get referrals. There's other, things that can result from that. But we're looking today to get more bookings on our calendar. So is there anybody in this room who has a full party calendar, doesn't want or need any more bookings? Okay, the only person I think who could say that is probably Tiffany, and she's not in the room. Okay, so otherwise, because I was going to say you could take a nap now, but no, you can't. All right, so for the rest of us, we're going to take a fresh look at how we can use our new spring products to book more in March and beyond. So number one, you want to be enthusiastic and share your enthusiasm, because the best way to build excitement is to share that with your potential hosts and guests. Because when you are excited, you're going to inspire excitement on their side. Okay, our new recipes and products, especially the cookware, are great reasons to reach out to past hosts if you're an existing consultant and guests to propose a fast and fresh weeknight meals, which Tiffany talked about a few minutes ago. You can make phone calls, send texts, share posts on social media, and remind your guests that new products are available. Share how much you love specific products and why you can't live without them. So that means what? You have to be already using them in your own kitchen. Okay. Now, I'm sure that not everybody in this room or on Zoom has every new product in the spring catalog, okay? And that's okay. So if you had nothing, if you didn't earn any, okay, I would highly recommend that you pick one key product and get it, okay? You know, Ron, you may not know this, but you can purchase spring product samples at 50% off, okay? So that is just, I highly recommend that at least get one thing, okay? In April, and I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit here, but who knows the April host special? Casey.
Oh, host special?
Host special in April.
Any items that
Oh.
are 60% off.
No,
Okay.
no.
April, yes, it is.
Yeah,
April
I was
is
thinking
60%
May.
Right,
off.
anything in the catalog for 60% off. So you know, I don't recommend you wait a month to get the key product that you really, really, really want to be able to demo, but host a party of any kind, catalog show in April, and now you're going to be able to get some other major product at 60% off, and then of course you'll get free products at half price and so on and so forth. So that's also a good way to get some of the products that maybe you didn't get from the get-go. Okay. All right. So number 2, know your stuff. So new products and recipes have a learning curve, which is one reason why Tiffany did training on our cookware. So you're going to find, we talked about product information worksheets. There's training videos, and of course the new party packs are going to set you up for success. So you definitely want to take advantage of those resources. When you go to our meeting notes, which Tiffany will send out, these are going to have hyperlinks. So you literally can click right on the link within the training notes that I'm doing right now, and it'll take you, after you sign in, of course, directly to where you're going to access that kind of information. So each of these resources includes product selling points, how-to guides, booking tips, and more. And again, practice makes perfect. So try out the new products and recipes beforehand. Use the spring products and recipes to create unique stories that will help you book and sell at your in-person and virtual parties. I can't stress enough using the products in your own kitchen, because that is where the magic happens. And you're also going to learn what doesn't work, or maybe you need to have had practiced a couple of times. Because, you know, I remember, and this is a product we don't carry anymore, but the Ultimate Slice and Grate manual, right?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
If you never used that product and you went and tried to do it at a show, absolutely
You would
forget it.
fail.
Okay. Some things do require practice, and so the more you do that and make your own stories in your own kitchen is what's going to help you. All right. Who knows who your best host is? Who said that? Yay! Yay! Right. Yes, yourself. You are your own best host. Why is that? Anybody know why?
Never cancel yourself.
Because you don't cancel. Well, hopefully you don't. Anyway. So number 3 is hold your own product launch party. Okay. So you are going to do that and invite your past hosts, past guests, very important customers, and make a new recipe with the new spring products. And you're even going to earn host benefits. So what we were just talking about a minute ago with April, you can do that right now and do a launch. Now, again, do you have to have all the products to do a launch? No. What do we have a catalog for, right? So use your catalog. Don't stress about that other kind of stuff. Let's see. Okay, number 4, create memorable experiences, which we've actually touched on quite a couple times already. Guests want to have fun and solve their kitchen problems when they attend a party. So you want to make sure that you complete party experience training. How many people in this room have already completed party experience training? Very good. How about you Zoomers? I want to see some hands over there. Good. Awesome. So you want to do that on PC University. I'll tell you later what that means, Ron. You're going to learn about the 5 party promises that create a memorable experience for your guests. And once you do both the in-person and the virtual experience training, you are going to have access to more resources, which are what? Who knows that?
Party pack.
Okay, what kind of party packs?
Virtual.
Virtual party packs, because you already have access to all the other party packs, but you got to do both the in-person and the virtual party experience training to have access to the virtual party packs. Okay, so make sure you do that. Tiffany also gave you guys already the words that you can use to book parties. Again, those are in the meeting notes. So pick 1 or 2, say them all out loud, and then go, okay, which one rolls off my tongue the easiest? Okay, because you're going to have to make it your own. You know, sometimes the home office gives us stuff and I go, oh my gosh, I would not say it that way. But you get the idea, the gist of that. So make sure you use those. If you are not a new consultant, you want to start by identifying previous hosts and guests who would love these new products and recipes. And also think about people you've had fun with. Like maybe they weren't a host, but maybe you just met somebody at your kid's softball thing and you just really liked it. That's a great person. So you think kind of a little bit outside the box as far as who you can be sharing this information with. And if you are new, you can use the same words that we've just talked about with your friends and family to whom you're going to be reaching out to contact. All right. Anybody have any other ideas for words to say or ways to secure bookings that we haven't already touched on? I mean, I know bookings is a vast subject, but Casey, you're in Director Bound. Anything you want to share?
I like putting a feeler out there, like especially if we're working on Facebook. I like to do a this or that post, and so I will post like March's special and April's special. Like, do you want stoneware off, or do you want, or let's just use May for example, because May is cookware.
Right.
I'm like, do you want stoneware off, or do you want cookware off? And then they put this or that, and when they say this, I will send them a message and say, and start talking about how awesome the March special is. Because they've already expressed interest in what they prefer. And
Great.
So it's like a step in the door.
And it's also not a yes or no question.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Which, as we all have heard before, if you want to ask questions that will get a response that you can work with, you don't want to ask something where they can say yes or they can say no. You want to give them, like you were saying, something where they have to elaborate more on a particular thing.
I like to, and then what do you think about this? Mm-hmm. And then that way they have to give an explanation.
Right.
And then, if they say no and time's not right, like it doesn't hurt my heart. Like,
oh gosh, no.
No, for sure. Because, the no's will come. That's the thing. It's like this business is, the no's will come. And if you take every single no as a personal attack, like you're not going to do well. But is it a no, not now? Is it a no, not never? I like that.
Right. Very good. Thank you. Anybody else?
No means next opportunity. That's right.
Very good. Right. Anybody else? Anybody on Zoom have any other booking ideas to share?
Well, the one thing in Director Bound, I think it was week 1, just talks about if you're like reading through the booking script that Pampered Chef puts out there, and the examples they gave, they always start out with, I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
So always started out with, I'm so excited because this multi-pot will do da-da-da-da-da.
Good. Very
so
good.
That's what I've been trying to do more of.
Excitement and
why
enthusiasm.
am I excited about it? Like I'll go and say, oh, I think this is the greatest thing ever, but kind of to reel them into it.
Good. Awesome.
You're also coming up on Help with Cancer, so it's a great time to find those people who are doing fundraisers for their Relay for Life teams or all those other things, or do your own.
Thank you. Very good. Good points. Okay. All right. We have a lot more to go over here, so keep pushing forward. So you're also going to find some more words to use to book parties in the Fast and Fresh Weeknight Meals Party Pack. Okay. So definitely, if you haven't looked at that party pack yet, it is got lots of good stuff in there. It also has an entire page of tips about products, cooking, and ingredient swaps, and party-friendly recipes. So the link for that party pack will be in the notes, but I'm sure you all know where to go to find party packs. Okay. If you do virtual parties, in addition to in-person parties, or even exclusively, you're going to want to check out the new virtual party packs after you've done all your training, like we just talked about. There's a separate from that, you're going to find some other resources that support virtual party bookings, including a consultant's guide to a successful virtual party. So this is all new. That's just been added to Consultants Corner. There is now a virtual party planner for your hosts, and for consultants, a virtual host profile with host coaching checklist. So if you were, making use of the in-person live party host checklist before, now you have one that's designed just for virtual hosts and parties. So again, you're going to be able to follow the link in the notes on where to find those resources. And then, so now, do we need more ways to book parties? I mean, have we exhausted this? Okay, we've talked actually a lot about getting bookings from existing customers or maybe past hosts, but there's a whole big wide world out there of people that you don't know. Anybody happen to know how many people live in Hampton Roads?
Oh gosh, too many.
Virginia Beach, it's 472,000. That's
Okay.
just Virginia Beach.
So the beach is almost 500,000, and that's just Virginia Beach. So we have easily 750,000 or more people in our area. Now, do you think that there's enough potential customers to go around? Yes. So don't ever let anybody tell you about saturation. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about out and about contacting ideas. Okay. So number one, and I know the people in Director Bound just recently did training on this, so I'm going to expect you guys to share your personal experiences along these lines. Okay. So first of all, you want to get out of the house. Now most of you probably have full-time jobs, right? Is there anybody in this room? Well, just raise your hand if you work full-time. Okay. So easily 3/4 of the room. And Zoomers, how many of y'all work full-time? Okay, quite a few of you. All right, so for those of you working full-time, you're out of the house every day, okay? But I can tell you that I'm one of those rare birds that has been doing this business for 20-odd years because I stayed home with my kids. So this is really relevant for me, but it also can be applicable to anybody. So you want to put on some PC logo, something with PC logo. So your shirt, your tote bag, a hat. Always have business cards, mini catalogs, or even full-size catalogs. But more important than anything else is you need to have something to write down their information. Do not leave home. Of course, everybody has their phone, and you should have a notes app on your phone. But I personally am a pen and paper gal, so that works well for me. But guess what? People are not going to call you. Okay, you give them a mini catalog. Guess what? You have to call them to follow up. So that means you have to actually get their contact information. And I'm not going into how is some of the better ways to do that, but you want to strike up conversations by asking questions, introducing yourself, not saying, "Hey, I sell Pampered Chef." You can say things like, "I love your shoes." Ron's probably going, "Yeah, I don't think I'll be saying that." Or you can say, "Where's a good place to shop?" I mean, you don't have to act like you just moved here, but there are ways to strike up a conversation. I knew a friend of mine who would go to the baking aisle at the grocery store and just wait for somebody to come down the aisle and then ask them a question about, "I'm trying to make like a dessert for my family and I'm drawing a blank. What do you suggest? Is there something that you really like?" I mean, she would just like, she
Who
was
is that?
no fear. Oh, I don't think you know her. She was
Okay.
under City Valley. Anyway, so those are the kinds of questions. What do you do for fun? Who does your hair? What's your favorite restaurant? Where's a good place to get my dog groomed? Those kinds of things. All right, read the local newspaper and even those smaller advertising kind of things. You're going to find local vendor events there, and you're also going to come across women's organizations, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. If you are now there's a lot of retirees in this area, especially military retirees. So you know what? You might think that those people don't want or need our products anymore, but that is so not true. So you want to that's another, avenue of way to get some context. They have, like boards, like there's an active retirement community right around the corner from me called Eagles Point, I think it's called, right by Cahoon Plantation, if anybody lives in Chesapeake, across from TCC. So that's a good place to go, those kind of places, and put your information up on their bulletin board or talk to the property manager and find out, do they have meetings that you can go to? Those people like to show off their houses and host a luncheon. Go to something called meetup.com. Has anybody ever done that? Meetup.com.
I think I get emails from them.
Okay. So why did you go there?
That's where everybody is. And if you're looking for specific groups, you can go type in the group and it'll show you all the events.
Yeah. Okay. So just for an example, there's I don't know if people do a lot of hiking around here, but you can find hiking groups.
Yeah.
People that just like to dine out. People who are new to the area. People who have home-based businesses. So maybe, I don't know how you feel about swapping shows, but that's an option. Of course, moms of young children, homeschooling. There's hundreds of
But
them.
you can create a meetup too. So if you had a party scheduled, you can create the meetup for people to meet up at your party. You'll get people that you wasn't even expecting.
What? Did y'all hear that? Say it again. Say it again.
You have to, I mean, it used to be free, but now they charge you, of course, when everybody get on board. But it's like about $10 a month. But you can create, say for instance, you had a party scheduled this Monday. You can create a meetup with all that information, and it just look like a whole bunch of people's coming to your party. So you will literally get people that you don't even know walking through the door.
Oh, that could be scary and good.
Exactly.
But people that's on Meetup, but people that's on Meetup, they're looking for cooking people, or like, you're gonna create your party up under a certain category.
I would just want to.
So it could be just. Yeah.
Especially, I mean, they're paying for the service too.
No, you pay.
No, but I mean, like.
Oh, if they're paying for it too, yeah.
People
To
are
see
paying
it.
to be on meetup.com. They're probably weeding out some of the bad ones.
Sure. And you can also do something in a public place,
But
you know, a clubhouse or
right.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can't screen it in a sense. You can put call for a location and things like that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so beyond that, you can Google networking groups, join business owners meetup groups. You're going to have mention that we're part of Berkshire Hathaway, because people who are the suit and tie folks, they're going to be like, that's going to matter to them. Obviously Warren doesn't tie junky businesses. Okay, pamper a business. Who was it that just shared about pampering a business recently? I thought I saw. Maybe it wasn't on our group. Okay, so but y'all know what that means. Make something and take it to a local business and ask if they'd like to know more, or learn some cooking techniques to get them in the kitchen preparing healthy recipes or whatever. Do the brownie pan. Just, people love that kind of thing. Bring some catalogs. Ask the receptionist if she'd be kind enough to, just kind of manage that. Collect a few of the orders, and you're going to give her something. Okay. Healthy women. I'd never heard of this group. Anybody know what Healthy Women? Ever heard of it? If you're in the health industry. What did you say?
They're not letting her in.
I didn't let you in. That's funny.
Okay, so apparently this is something that is a resource involved with local medical centers. It's an organization that sets up health screening booths at annual events. So I'm going to be checking on this myself, because you can literally have a Pampered Chef booth at one of their health screening events. So people are going to come in there and have their blood pressure done or whatever, and you're going to be there with your healthy cooking, Pampered Chef table. And
I think Anita, who's on my team, but she lives down on Ballahack. She was going to Curves or something similar. And on their special whatever day, she would go set up there.
I've done Curves too.
Have you?
Yeah, right. Which is a gym, a women's gym. But this is I'm from what I'm gathering, this is like at Chesapeake General Hospital. The healthy, what is it called again? Healthy Women organization sets up events. Okay, so that's something y'all can explore on your time. Talk to local churches. They're always looking for Wednesday night events, and you could even do a quarterly freezer meal workshop or cooking class. Offer yourself as a speaker for clubs and organizations. Now you're getting out of your comfort zone, right? But you know what? What do you have to lose, right? Make sure you follow up, because that's where the fortune is. Volunteer to get your name out there. The Red Cross, the aquarium, the food bank. There's plenty of places like that around here. And of course, the obvious. Have your hosts get bookings for you. If you're doing great host coaching, you're going to get bookings because your host is sharing the benefits of booking with her friends and even the people that don't attend her party. Okay. Get involved and join the Chamber of Commerce. Bunko nights. If you don't have one, start one. I mean, that's another great way, because you always have to have food there. We've already talked a little bit about vendor events. I mean, and I've trained on vendor events 8,000 times, so you don't want to hear any more about that. But there's other things like the farmers market. Anybody live in Norfolk? In here? Okay. Is it East Beach up there by Shore Drive and whatnot? They have a thing. It's I think it's
Every
only
Saturday?
in the summer. It's twice a week or something.
Oh yeah, they have a weekday thing. Yes.
I don't know if anybody's doing that. I mean, that's a really long way from my house, and we know somebody else in Norfolk that I don't know if they're involved in it or not. But, you know, that's the kind of thing, you know, if you find out about it, get in on it, okay? Donate products, oh, I love this one, to charities to get your name out there. So I got involved with the Girl Scout alumni organization in Chesapeake, and they had some kind of a deal, and I donated some products. You want to make sure you have your contact information in there. If you have a host, I love this idea, who isn't using her half price item, ask her if you can use it because you want to donate that product. Now, you know, she's not going to say no, right? And it doesn't have to be something huge and expensive. Do a kids cooking class for a girl or Boy Scout gathering and make sure the parents are there. Okay.
Fundraisers too.
Fundraisers, mention fundraisers at all of your shows and when you're out and about. Don't forget that Pampered Chef donates $3 for bookings to the organization. So, you know, get that out there too. And then, of course, if you're doing a live cooking demo associated with the fundraiser, you're going to be even more likely to get bookings. So really encourage not just a catalog thing, but like a combination catalog fundraiser as well as a cooking show. All right. Oh, I love this one. Look for women with engagement rings without the wedding band. Okay. And strike up a conversation. What a beautiful ring. Looks like you're heading down the aisle, and then let them talk because you know they're gonna. When is the big day? Do you and fiance like to cook? What's your favorite meal to cook together? Then you say, have you ever heard of the Pampered Chef? Okay. So now you want to, you know, just tell her how you can fill her kitchen through a wedding shower or, you know, wedding registry, whatever. Okay. Make sure, for heaven's sake, you get her information or at minimum her best friend's phone number. All right. If you don't already have logo information on your vehicle, do that. Contact apartment complex and speak with the manager about doing a meet and greet and preparing a recipe. And then again, you always want to have host packets on hand or at minimum a notepad to take notes. Don't forget, you need to be willing when you're trying to build your business that if sometimes you may have to drive a little ways. I mean, book those far away shows on Saturday and Sunday. I have driven an hour and a half away to do
I've driven to Richmond to do shows.
I know. So just, you know, decide what your limit is, but I don't think 50 miles is too far to go. That's just me. All right. Save your older catalogs. Like Becky gave me a whole stack of them tonight to use at doctor and dentist offices. Any place that has a waiting room. The tire store, hello, Men Cook. And, you know, of course, your vendor events. Be persistent. 1 to 2 calls. Sometimes even that's not enough. You just have to keep going. People are busy, just like you are. And last but not least, always be on your training calls with your director and attend your meetings. Those of you who are all here, because that's where you're going to get your ongoing training and new ideas on bookings. Okay, so now I'm going to pass this out, and I'm just going to kind of let you guys. I don't know. It's not an assignment on my side of the coin, but this is something that I adapted from Julianne Jones, who is a direct sales and multi-level marketing trainer. She's been around forever, and she's really, really good. So you can adapt this to your own. It does say it's a way of offering an incentive for a booking blitz, okay? But I think the interesting thing about this is that she is not asking you to book 2 shows. She is asking you to tell people that you are trying to book 24 shows in 24 hours. Okay. So why 24? Did you get one?
Yes, you did.
Okay. If you read down a little bit towards the bottom, she says a little bit about why you want to say 24. Because it's an outrageous, huge goal. And if you say, I was challenged to book 2 shows in 24 hours, people are going to think, well, let somebody else book that party, right? But if they care about you on any level whatsoever, they're going to want to help you, okay? And that requires some buy-in. And you'll be surprised that people will actually buy in on this, okay? And if you only got 12 bookings, well, darn it, I didn't reach my goal. But here's what I want to point out. In the challenge that Julianne set up, she said, you know, you can tell people that you're going to enter them in a $100 shopping spree. Now, if say you don't have $100 to buy somebody a shopping spree, there are lots of other ways to either get them some free products of their choice. I mean, you can work with Tiffany if she's your director, and you know, get some other ideas to make it fit your budget. But the concept is that usually some sort of incentive is what is going to help, not only the fact that they want to help you, but to have that carrot out there for them, okay? So I personally am going to be doing this. I am working tomorrow at my other job, but starting tomorrow evening through Thursday evening, I'm going to be doing this 24 and 24, okay? And I just challenge you all to do it as well, okay? So go out there and get those bookings.
Would anybody be interested? This is something we did one time with the 24 booking blitz. Is everyone who participated put $5 in the pot, and the one who got the most bookings got the pot.
Ooh. Whoop, I'm in.
Money only really motivates me. So that could fill your gas tank. That could buy you your Clixicle maker. So maybe we'll put a post out there and see if our Zoomers want to get in on that. Money always kind of motivates me. That's the only way I lose weight is if somebody's going to pay me to do it. So there you have that. All right. So next up is our recognition. This is like my favorite part of the meeting every time. Casey, I can see your gear and ready to go. So let me just give her the bag of clappers and let her get you guys excited. She's got you guys have ever seen the back story on the Ellen show? They have people who get them all excited. Well, that's Casey. So she's has them gonna have you guys dancing and stuff.
I'm sorry, guys. I have an embarrassing story to tell of Grace.
Oh, Grace. Okay, let's hear it, Grace.
So she went to the Hebrew Academy for preschool, and she got this clacker, and every night before we ate dinner, we had to pray, and she would do the clacker, and then we would do the Baruch Atah, because even though we're Methodist, she went to the Jewish Academy.
That's awesome. There you go. That's so cute. All right. So our first thing tonight to celebrate is all of our new beautiful faces. Woo! So if I could have Lacey and Monique and I know the other ones are virtual. So virtually we have Kat and Bree and Kim and Val we did last time, and then Heather will be joining us. Not Heather, I'm sorry, Kelly will be joining us here later on tonight. So I'll have the two physical ladies come on up. All right, come on up. I'm going to give you guys each one of these. Okay, and then what this is, I got to get my cheat sheet here so I can read along with you. Hold up your key. This is the key to your store. How exciting it is for you to start your very own business and throw it on the floor. I'm just kidding. Just picture yourself opening that door to your new store. You have to pretend you're doing that with me. I'm just kidding. Isn't that fun? You must be so thrilled. Have you told everyone about it? How many customers will walk through your doors? That all depends on how you host coach. How much future business will you have, and how many bookings will you get? Will your business grow, and will you need to recruit help? That all depends on whether you share the opportunity with others. How many hours a week will your business be open? Whether it's full-time, part-time, or just a hobby, you need to treat it like a real store with real walls and real hours. If your store is low on sales or customers, do what any other store owner would do. Have a sale, advertise, and spread the word that your store is here and open for business. You are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have an amazing team here to support you. Every time you look at your key, remember that you have the ability to change lives, starting with your own. Woo! All right, now we have to look at Laura. All right, so Zoomers, we will get your keys out to you. So thank you so much, ladies. So as a team in the month of February, the Foreman team, get this, we had $17,704 in sales. Woo-hoo! We did 23 shows. The math average on that was really good. It was over a $700 party average. Awesome. We had 15 out of 35 consultants active for the month, and we had 4 brand new faces. Okay? So that is awesome. That doesn't even count the ones that joined in March. Okay? So the Johnson team had $5,794 in sales, and they had 6 consultants out of 16 active in the month of February. I keep thinking today is March. we're talking about February. Okay, so every month we have a green by 15 little, what do we say, is a challenge? Green by 15 challenge. Everyone is an essential piece of our puzzle. The goal is for 15 consultants to be going #green by 15. So Casey, what does that mean?
It means you've submitted $150 or one show by the 15th of the month.
Okay, so today is only the 6th, so you still have 9 more days to go green for the month of March. But for every month, our goal is 15, and guess what? In February, did we do it? We did do it. Hold on, let me count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
We had 16, I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We said we had 16. Okay, so on the fireworks, we had clap when I say your name. Casey, Stacy, Valerie, Evelyn, Heather, Chrissy, Courtney, and Bree. All right, so there's some Zoomers. And then on the Johnson team, we had Laura Saunders, Jennifer, Kayla, Caitlin, and Lisa. And then hospitality-wise, we had Becky, and Gia, were you green? Or Gia was green? Was Deb Salanitro? Yep, Salanitro. So awesome. All right, so our goal is 15 every month, and so we said 16, right? We had 16 was our count. All right, so that means our pot starts at $25 in cash. For every person we have over 15 means we had another 5. So what's the pot at this month?
$30.
It's $30. So at the end of the meeting, we have a bucket over there, right? Did I do
There's not a green by 15 bucket.
Okay, so I need to do that. I'll do
We'll
that.
do that virtually.
Okay.
I'm just speaking.
Yes, okay. So remember, you've got your green by 15 card. All right, so you should be keeping track of which months you're green and which months you attend. Lacey, this one's for you. So you guys think I mailed yours. Okay. But I didn't, because you just joined, I basically hand you yours. All right, so check your mail, make sure you got it, because I think I mailed everybody that needed one this week, but I'm not sure. All right, so yeah, write your name and then you can cross it off.
January, February, March, April, May.
Do you have the tallies from before January?
Yes, I emailed everybody. Do you remember that? I emailed everybody and said what we were going to be doing, and then
Yeah, I got that, but
Yeah.
I mean, like prior to doing it this way,
Yes.
you have like the past stuff.
yeah, I had like the last year. Okay, why?
Because you told me you had it, and I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, I have a spreadsheet of it that
Because I told you I was missing some. You said, oh, no worries, I have it.
Oh yeah. So if you lost your card, I did write it down. So, and you'll appreciate this. I went to the teacher store and got one of those like poster boards that you put the people's names here and the things across the top, because I didn't want to make it myself, and it was $3.50 at the teacher store.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I've been wanting one of those for a really long time.
They started fresh in January.
Yes.
You're going to be broke in December
What you
or
get?
January.
Why?
We're all going to hit it.
I know. I want you all. I want to be broke. Okay. So stand up if you helped at either the name tag table, the stats table, or you brought a dish tonight.
What?
All right. Give these ladies a round of applause for being a helper. If you brought a dish to share, make sure you put your Post-it note on the future books. All right. So you got to make sure you do that. Alexa's reminded me that I owe her for like past 2 times that she has won, and so she needs to go and get one of the cookbooks out of my garage. Okay, so the do and tells. Do we all the do and tells? Everybody done their do and tells?
And I get Breeze in there.
All right, so you want to get Breeze? Okay, so the rule is with do and tells, you have to physically be at the meeting to be in the drawing for however many do and tells you had, and then if you're a Zoomer, you have to be outside the 50-mile radius. So if you're inside a 50-mile radius, you have to physically be here to be in the drawing. So we will let them catch up and get all that tallied. So let's start with our high five line. And with our high five line, we do, we start at 750, which, why is that? Why do we start 750? Stacy, I'm picking on you now. Do you know why?
Yes.
Why 750 magical?
It puts you on the next level.
It puts you in the next commission bracket. So you jump, that's your first commission jump in the month. And then we'll just pick on Stacy and Stacy. What's the other reason?
That's usually when you hit whatever the consultant promo is.
That is a good one, but what I was going for is as a team leader or above, you have to hit 750 to get your overrides. All right, so you can't just sit back and let your team do everything. You have to, be working too. So our first couple people are just a round of applause, and then we'll get to our 750 and above people. Will stand up here with me. All right, so this first person, this is her first meeting as an official consultant, so she gets $1 per caster conference, and that's for me. Also, the same person just joined, and she also has her first party for Saturday. That's Lacey. $1 will go in your envelope. All right, this person is visiting is on Zoom tonight, and we have welcomed her back to the table, and that is Kat. Hi, Kat. This person was her first full month was last month. She submitted $45 in sales so far, and that is Kim. Hi, Kim. Congratulations. All right, this person did some online sales last month. Her total sales were, her total trip points are 222. I like twos. 222. And then her total sales for last month were $163. That's Karen. Very good. She's over there. All right, this person did submitted a show last month, and she is here tonight to earn her $1, and her sales were $166. That's Alexis. All right, this person did one show last month. She has 333 trip points so far, and her top show is 305, and that's Heather. She was on there, but her kids finally got out of the pool, and she had to get out. Okay, so she was joining us from swim lessons. All right, so this person did one show last month, got one new team member already this month, has 900 trip points, has earned $2 for her caster conference, and her total sales were $368. She has very pretty handwriting. And that is Stacy Coleman. This person did one show last month. She has her business information on her car magnet now. She is super happy. She got $1 for being here tonight. Her top show last month was $300 with her total sales of $450. We go, Gio. All right, so here's where our high five line would start, even though this person is virtual. So just pretend like she's going to come up and stand next to me. All right, so this person did 2 shows last month. Her top show was $665. She qualified, and she did not mess up that bad. She earned the sales promotion, and then her total trip points are $4,972. And her sales for the month of February is $972. That's free. Yay! Her daughter is right there in front of us. See? Okay. All right. This next person also is virtually with us tonight. Did 3 shows last month. Her top show was $351. She got 3 bookings. She got the sales promotion of the new catalogs, total trip points of $983, and total sales of $983. And that is Valerie. And she's super excited because she is less than $300 away from qualifying. Wow. So that'd be super cool. All right. Now we have some people who are physically here. All right. So I'll be so lonely. All right. This person did 1 show last month. Her top show was $1,255. She got 1 booking. She's had $3,000 virtual parties in a row. She earned the sales consultant promo last month, which is new catalogs. She has earned $4 for her cash for conference envelope. She has total trip points of 3,040 points. And her total sales were $1,509. Going down stage. All right, so she's going to be doing some virtual training, I guess, with her $3,000 shows. Okay. So this next person also did 3 shows last month. She got 1 booking. Her top show was $1,172. She's got $4 for her cash for conference. She earned those free catalogs. Her trip points are 2316, and her total sales for the month of February is $2,048.22. And that's Courtney Cox.
Yeah, girl.
All right, so this person did 3 shows last month. 3 is a really good number that last month for shows. All right, she got 6 bookings. Her top show was $1,484. She broke 35,000 in career sales. She's definitely earned that sales promotion of new catalogs. Her total trip points are 7,000.
I don't think it said that.
It didn't, but I'm not reading that out loud right now. She did total trip points of see that? I don't think I should read that out.
Probably not.
Total trip points of 7,000. Damn straight. Okay. All right. Total trip points 7,481 trip points, and her total sales were $2,459. She's earned $4 cash conference. Come on out, Casey. Team encourager. All right.
Why do you wear a belt? That's all I'm gonna
Oh yeah, losing her pants. All right. So this person is actually a hospitality person, which means she's not directly on my team, but she is back in the saddle. So fireworks, you better watch out.
Woo!
Okay, because she did
coming for you.
5 shows last month. Her top show was 604. She got 3 bookings. She had her best month in over 15 months.
Oh!
She met her big, hairy, audacious goal and soared right past it.
Yeah.
She earned the consultant promotion of new catalogs. She has earned $6 for being here tonight. And her total commissionable sales were $3,006. Come on down, Becky down.
stand up.
All right, so give our top salespeople a warm applause. That's awesome. Good job. Yay, super exciting. All right, so sure. All right, so we also have a consultant who just qualified, and we always have a gift for you when you qualified. However, Bree was able to just whiz on down from Connecticut to Virginia, and we got to like hang out with her for a couple minutes. What was it, like 30, Casey? We got to hang out with Bree when she came to visit, and we were able to give her her qualification gift. Do you have it? Let's see, she's got it right beside her.
Of course she does.
There she is. So she's got her catalog tote, which is what she can carry some catalogs back and forth to wherever she's going with kids and be known that she is with Neighbor Chef. All right, then we also have our top recruiters, or people who recruited. I've got to give you, again, forgot to print out your good cards. But that is Stacy and Casey for adding team members since the last meeting. Awesome. We just have to put a little bit of pressure on Stacy here because she now officially has 5 team members. After tonight, it will be 6. So when the team does 5,000 in sales this month, what will happen?
She'll become a director!
So be a director! And we might just change this whole room to red when that happens. So just a little pressure. Now Casey is right behind her. Casey, you have how many people on your team?
I have 4.
You have 4 people on your team. So you just need
One more.
one more.
And 5,000.
And 5,000 in sales, and she will also be a director.
Who's gonna get that?
I know, it's so exciting.
I'm ready to start the pool. I got your money on Stacy.
There you go.
I'm gonna say she's gonna pass me all.
You think this Stacy's gonna pass you?
She's got drag. Me? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
So we also have.
scared, shaking in your boots.
Yes, she is. She's
Fine,
doing
fine.
something. All right, so we've also got 2 consultants who just broke the career milestone of 5,000 in career sales.
Awesome.
And that is Heather and Courtney. When you break 15,000 in career sales, what happens?
You get a 2% raise.
You get a 2% raise.
I did.
She's got all of her hands up. Look at that. So Neighbor Chef nails you your little, it's a spoon now.
No, it's a circle.
Oh, that's right, the
It's
circle
easy.
with the PC in it. Okay, I'm still thinking the whisk, Laura. Do you still have your whisk?
No.
I have the
You
spoon.
have the chef's hat?
I have a
The
pin.
spoon is a.
What did guys
There's a
get?
gem in it.
Guys get, I don't know what
They
they
get a
get.
keychain.
Oh, it's a keychain. Okay.
Okay.
So when you get that, you get a 2% minimum raise every month. So you're
Unless you want a necklace, Ron.
yeah, you know. We can work that out. All right, so that's what I got for that. We'll do our drawings and stuff once we get all of them figured out because I know we had a few more we needed to calculate with doing tells and all that fun stuff. Okay, so next up is section number 3. when it comes to our training. And so, do you guys know what the other side of the coin is, so to speak, when it comes to Pampered Chef? Selling is the one thing that we all do, but what's the other side of that coin?
Buying.
Recruiting! Team building. Team building is the other side of that. So you've seen today that we have shared quite a bit of love of the business with people that are here. It was lots of new faces. So if you look, our Share the Love board is filling up. All right, so our goal is 60 by the end of the calendar year. So far, we have added however many that is. Can you count them for me? 10. Okay, so we've got 10. And then we also have a team sales goal of 240,000. So we are chugging up that little happy spoon right there. And we are currently at, like, I think it was 32 or 33,000, like really close. All right, yeah, that's what we got. And then over here, what are you guys? That would be my daughter's. Dirty.
What?
It's probably clean.
The laundry? Oh, I've got the sheet.
Thank you.
As long as it's not Jersey.
Yes, as long as it's not Drew's. Somebody said put stinky laundry on the front porch for the cat when it was gone. I'm like, I'll just put Drew out there. So anyway, I don't know if you guys heard him come in, but he got to start tonight with wrestling, and so I'm here with all of you and you can see my baby because he got his first pin. 6 points. He's not wrestling. I'm learning. Okay, he got 6 points for his team. So, and I think they're still undefeated. He didn't tell me the score, but I'm assuming they are. If he can pin somebody, then they must be. Anyway, all right, so back to our goals. We all have goals. That's why we have our team goal here of our team recruiting and our team sales, but then we all have our individual goals over here. So if you haven't done this already, tonight's a good time to do it. And what we have up here is each person has written down how much they would like to sell in an average month, okay? So that's their regular goal, their realistic goal. And then the next number beside it is their BHAG goal, big, hairy, audacious goal. So that's why Becky said she blew her BHAG out of the water because her BHAG, her regular goal is 750. Remember we thought 750 was a very magical number? All right, so her BHAG was 2,000 and you blew it out and did 3,006. That is a 50% increase. So that's why these are our little potty charts. If you've ever potty trained a child, then you probably know what a potty chart is. And as Gia goes, are you potty training right now? Oh, you little girl.
Oh, you got a while, baby. You're okay.
Yeah, so that's why.
Yes, that's Kenobi.
That's Kenobi, the troublemaker. That I guess the girls let him out. Okay. So, all right. So, when it comes to team building, what words will you use? Most people don't come to a party to look to start a business. So it's important to personally invite everyone to consider the opportunity for themselves. The best time to bring up the opportunity with guests is during the party. There's a couple different times. So hopefully my director bound people will know this. But when you are presenting at a party, doing whether it's virtually or you're doing it in person, you can touch on it during your group hello, welcoming everybody there and thanking your hostess. You can do it during the your selling and cross-selling and when you're mentioning products that come in the kit or that things you got for free. And then you can also do it during a simple game. So Christy was very active in my Stealing Hearts game and was being nosy, because that's what I encourage them to do, is be really nosy. And then we kind of follow that up with a one-on-one conversation over to the side. And then also during your checkout. So as you're checking people out, talking to them about would they like, to book their own party? Would they like to, more information about the business? Following that up with setting up maybe a time to talk one-on-one outside the party. And you know that Pampered Chef has made a huge impact on your life, or you guys would be sitting in here tonight. And you can imagine that when you share this amazing opportunities with others, what it can do for them. So from the flexibility of the extra income to the product discounts to the friendships, the amazing trips, and the business has so much to offer. At parties, share your own story, use new products, introduce the consultant experience with guests, and help enrich their lives one memory, one meal at a time. So here are some words you can use. You were a natural with that cookware and that recipe, because I do station style, so I would be talking to them as we're working. I could really see the business being a great fit for you. That was something that Christy and I did, and I didn't even have these notes. Did you know that our Ultimate Kit has the new grill pan, and it's only $249? as a consultant, you'd be able to purchase additional products from 20 to 50% off. You can turn your love of the products into extra money for summer vacation that you mentioned, or whatever they might have mentioned. Maybe Grace has a really expensive hobby that we don't know about.
She wants to go to college.
That's her hobby.
That's a
Yes.
good hobby.
Yeah, so that's an expensive thing. Yes. So you have that. You can also say to your host, you and your friends had a great time, and I loved your ideas on how our new cookware could change your family mealtime. Would you, you'd do great sharing your story with others if you joined my team. I wouldn't say if, I'd say when you joined my team. And now it is a great time for March because why?
Kid rebate.
You get a 50% kit rebate. Plus you can use 50% or $25 or $50 of your free product towards what? The kit credit. So you can use that. Now, Pampered Chef doesn't usually ever offer 100%. We did this one time, right, Laura? We had that one golden ticket that we were able to give away.
Yes.
That was what, like 5 years ago? One time they allowed us to give away a free kit. Yeah, it was when we went to Denver, yes. So they usually make you, as a potential consultant, have a little skin in the game. No comments, Becky, down. And because I know where that goes. So that's why they offer 25 or 50 off, and then they give you the kit rebate a couple, which I am really surprised. Are you guys surprised they've done it quick back to back again? So I think there's a theory behind that. I'm coming to it. And then you could also say things like, for your virtual host, wow, your post about the new cookware was really great and got others really excited about products and recipes. With that enthusiasm, you could be a great virtual consultant. Can we schedule a time so that we can talk more? So do you guys, like I have people who text me all the time, oh, my shipment came today. I love my whatever. I cannot wait to use it. Do you guys have people that do that? Do you know? They get them? Do you ever tell them to go post it somewhere so everybody else can see that? Yeah. So that's what I did. I had somebody text me and say, I use my food choppers for hot dogs. I'm like, that's so simple, right? I was like, go put it in my customer group. Let them see that. So really encourage your people to do that. All right, so when you're new yourself, I know it's hard to keep track of everything because we have what's called the new consultant promotion. So what is that? What's the new consultant? What in general, what is the new consultant promotion? Not what it is right now.
In general, what is the new consultant?
Yes.
Whatever.
$12.50.
Yes.
In sales, you get
Gifts, whatever it is. Okay, so this month it just happens to be the rebate. Every month that changes. That's why they call it the new consultant monthly promotion. Okay, so that changes every month, and you have to submit the $12.50 to get that in 30 days. Okay, now there's also the new consultant rewards. What is the new consultant rewards?
Everybody $12.50 in the first 90 days, they get 100 PC bucks to spend on whatever they need.
And is there a limit on how many PC bucks? So can they earn $1, $2, $400, a grand, and Pampered Chef dollars? What can you do with those PC bucks?
Conference.
You can pay for conference. You see where this is going? Okay, you can buy products, order farm supplies, or just save them up. I have a friend who has like $1,200.
What?
Oh my god.
Carolyn Graham has like a buttload. Like she won't spend them at all.
But she doesn't have a butt, so she needs.
Yeah, she is really skinny. Okay, so we also have things that go on our team page that just happen within our community, our little group. We have the Going Green, so we explain that, and that is what do you have to submit? 150 or one show by. Okay, hashtag green by 15. All right, then we also have Do and Tell. So do and tell is something that we do every time you do something for your business that is like income producing. Does not include creating a flyer. Okay, that's great that you created a beautiful little flyer, but that didn't make you any money or any leads or anything. But if you're like, I went to the mall and I handed out a mini catalog and I got the security guard's information and we're going to talk on Tuesday, that's an awesome do and tell. So I've been trying, if you notice, I've been asking you additional questions after you post your do and tell, trying to pull that out of you and get you in the habit of going a step further. Okay, I know it's outside your comfort zone, it's even outside of mine, but that's what's going to create the lead, that's going to create the conversation, that's going to lead to the opportunities that you're going to have with different people. All right, so how high can we go? All right, in January, we soared past our recruiting goal, which was 2018, and we signed, how many consultants, y'all remember?
2,400.
53, 2453, Casey, you're good. All right, that's how many we were able to come to the table in the month of January. So in March 2016, we broke a record. So they're trying to get us to break this record again. We brought just shy of 4,000. We had 3,974 new consultants that joined in March of 16, so 2 years ago, and that was our biggest recruiting month in 5 years at that point. Okay, so what I want you to write down on your paper for training number 3 is I will commit to blank new consultants in March. What are you filling in? All right, you're going to need to know what will help you get to this. And here are some of those things. How many guests at each party will you ask?
Everyone.
It says ask everyone every time.
That's right.
Don't get sassy, Stacy.
I know.
You could. Come here,
Who were your maybes in the past that you need to reach out to?
4 people in the follow-up.
That's right. Can you tell Casey's been drinking the Kool-Aid?
I love it. I swear.
She takes really good notes, so.
She posts a lot.
So one opportunity you have is to schedule a weekly coaching call with me. Right now, Stacy, Casey, and Casey, we are in that.
Casey.
Whatever. The ACs. Y'all are crazy.
Call us the sisters.
The system. So what we do is once a week, I talk to them, and on our coaching call, I will go through their list that they gave me, and I'll say, what did this one say? What did this one say? Did you book this one? And we go through that list every week, and then we have to, part of their homework is to add to that list every week, and then we go over it together. But if there's no, like, yes, they know Fortune is in the follow-up, but I can tell you that I think they will agree with me that they're more apt to do the follow-up because they know I'm going to ask these questions.
Yes, it's true.
Okay, so
It's like a teacher in your homework.
yes, keeps you accountable. So it's all about accountability. So if you want, you are always welcome to sign up for weekly coaching calls with me. They don't have to be weekly. You can do every 2 or whatever you feel comfortable with. I usually do them on Wednesdays just because that's kind of like my office day. And then another thing is, shucks, it just went out of my head. Coaching calls. Want to come back to me. Okay, I also want to challenge you each to go on PCU and take coaching new consultants.
Yep.
It is the last class in PCU. Doesn't matter if you've taken it before or you took it last month. Take it again. Because the information in there has been revised in the past year, and it goes along a lot with our new training material. So then you don't feel so lost when you do add someone new. I've shared with you guys before that I added 1 new consultant, and then I went a couple months. This was year 2 into my business, almost year 3. I added somebody, I went a couple months, I had broken my leg, and my recruiter trained her, and then I added 3 people in 2 weeks' time. We did not have text, we did not have Zoom, we did not have Facebook. I was on the phone constantly with them, and my husband wanted to shoot me. Okay, and so we have so many different opportunities now that makes it really easy for new consultants. I got a binder. Laura, did you get a binder? When you joined Pampered, did you get a binder?
Yep.
Did you read that binder?
Yep.
You're good.
I know.
I'm pretty much creating that.
You're creating your own binder. That's awesome. All right, so think about that.
You got rid of the binder, I think, for me years ago.
Did I make a binder for you?
No, not make it. Got rid of it.
Oh, yes, Becky made me clean her office, and then she fed me.
Still waiting.
So, oh yeah, I need to get back over there. Okay, so this is where we come to our close for the night, and I asked you to bring something with you. You forgot. Okay.
I almost forgot, but I remembered at the last.
It can be a picture on your phone. So what I asked you to do is bring a picture of yourself as a young child or your child young. Okay, and I want you to look at that.
Yeah, I was like,
What
why
Google
did she
Photos is
want
for?
us-
Yep.
I need to see my printer. I can't even read half my writing here. I gotta look on my phone to see what I wrote.
2 to 5.
Okay, yeah. So a young picture of yourself or your child.
I got her anyway for
Or
it.
your child.
I was like, I got
Yeah, look, if you didn't have a picture of yourself, you know, you wanted a picture of your child. March team meeting. Okay, so let me scroll down because I can't read half of this. All right, so you have this picture. Now look at that little picture right there and that sweet little face.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay.
What happened to that kid? She uses my phone to play that thing.
Yes, okay. So look at that little face. And this is about self-talk and how we talk to ourselves. So I want you to think of times that you have done negative self-talk. You have said things to yourself that are just not positive. What are some things that you've said to yourself before? I know I've said I can't get any shows today.
Well, Casey said, I'm going to quit that.
I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Too socially awkward.
I'm too socially awkward.
I don't know anybody.
I don't know anybody.
I can't talk to people.
I don't
I
talk
need
to
new
people.
friends.
I need new friends.
No, that was true. I'm just gonna clean slate it and start.
I can't do this. I'm no good at this. What are some things you've told yourself?
I'm ugly today.
I'm ugly today. Now I want you to look at that picture of that sweet little face in front of you and tell that face the same negative crap we just said.
You're so cute. You're just so precious. You might be an amazing leader when you grow up.
See, you can't do it. You can't tell that sweet
Right.
little face that negative crap you just told yourself, right?
Really, that's a sweet little face.
Doors.
Oh, maybe not on that side. Okay, so you just can't, after we came up with all those different things that you would say to yourself, it's just so hard to say it to that sweet face, right? All right, so you would never say that to this child. All right, of course you wouldn't. Then quit saying it to yourself. Okay, so you need to know that the person looking in the mirror is awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, just like that little person that's staring back at you. Okay. So that's why we like our positive affirmations, and that's why we fake it till we make it. Okay? So I could have said there's no way we're gonna hit 60 people in a year. There's just no way.
I told you I'm not gonna be a director.
And Stacey flat out said, I am not gonna be a director. And I'm like, well, you can turn it down if you want.
I was gonna quit in January.
Casey was gonna quit last January.
This January.
Oh, this January, that's right.
Like 2 months ago?
Yeah. After
That's
Christmas
when you
break.
got That's when you got
I
the
went away to
virus
France and she was
I was
sad.
in the biggest slump. I just could
Go
not
back,
get
on
up.
go back on our page, you'll find that.
She
Yeah.
posted it.
I posted it. I was just in such a huge slump.
Oh, yeah.
And Tiffany was in France, and I just got on the phone with her, and I was like, I just have to be honest with you. I said, I am not rocking this business right now. It is just not working for me. I don't, I feel like I could quit. I feel like I could walk away. And then Tiffany's like, but I talked to my husband, and my husband's like, you would miss it. And I would. I love our monthly meetings. I love cooking. I love meeting new people. And absolutely, I would have regretted that decision.
All right, so stop with the negative self-talk. Talk to yourself in a positive. See all of our pretty faces?
By the way, Lisa's on there. Hey, Lisa.
Hi.
Lisa's my new consultant. She signed on Saturday.
Awesome.
We wouldn't have Lisa if you weren't here.
I know. We love having Lisa. Welcome to the family.
All right, so what I need to do is I'm trying to, oh, here we go.
What are you doing? Oh, Dropbox.
There we go.
Dang it. Oh my gosh.
Focus.
No, I'm going through their Pampered Chef ones, and I was like, oh, that's the old logo. Can't use those.
All right, so we have a few announcements to go through real quick. Oh. No, okay, hold on. That's not what I wanted. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to screen share with you guys. I do it on my computer, but I don't usually do it. All right, so y'all might just I'll have to show you guys this on the replay. But I had Dropbox open to where I wanted it. All right, so here is some announcements that we have that I wanted to make sure you guys had all the info. So we have a thing called Sell, Share, Sell, Win. All right, so this is you get one entry for every recruit that you qualify between February 1 and June 30th. So I think Casey already has an entry for that because of Bree, right?
Oh, hey.
There you go. You also get you get an entry for reaching 2,000 in sales. So Becky, you've got one. Woo-hoo. Casey, you've got one. Somebody else had 2,000. Oh, Courtney had 2,000. And then there'll be 3 winners of $500 in cash. And then there's going to be a grand prize that they're going to give away, a trip. So you'll need to watch for the live drawings on March 19th. So mark your calendar.
I'll be sure to send you all a postcard from my trip.
Awesome. All right. So the next thing up is we have fresh and fast weeknight meals. We have some new party packs. So how do you get to these party packs? You got to do the training so you have access to the party packs. So these are going to be great for, oh, sorry. You're right. For tips for parties and I mean, how to book parties, how to recruit at parties, party friendly recipes and more. Then we also have some new virtual party stuff that we were talking about. You have a guide and host coaching materials and the party packs. So you've got to take the training to get that. And then we also have some new digital advertising. So they always put up new pictures with the new season. And then those are great for your Facebook, your Instagram, your Google, and all that. It says if you see an ad, like they're starting to bump up sponsored ads, they ask for us not to click on them because it impacts like their tracking. But they are doing some new digital stuff to attract more customers to our brand. So those are pretty cool. So those are some of the announcements I wanted to share with you. Our next team meeting is when? April 10th, because we're moving it a week because of spring break. And I want y'all to say I can't come because April 10th is?
The 4th.
The 4th. Oh yeah, spring break week. Awesome. All right, so we'll give you your birthday off. How about that? All right, and then is that? Oh, where did I go? I have to delete that. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, so then I must have this out of order. Okay, so also your call to action is to come to a show. If you have not been to one, Casey has stepped into the cooking show world, so she's doing cooking shows. Becky is back in the saddle doing cooking shows. Laura does cooking shows. So any cooking show you want to go to, you need to, and you want to test it out and see how you like it, learn from someone new. Definitely get with us, and you can go to a cooking show and see, a different consultant in action. Then we also have our drawings that we need to do, and we have a whole bunch of freebies. This is freebies right here, Becky.
Yep.
All right, so we've got, if you would like to take, you can. All right, so there is one of the benefits for coming physically is you get to dig through all of these. Sorry. There's what? I don't know. I don't know if there's order forms in this bucket, but there's all sorts of stuff. So that other consultants have, given to me, and sorry, I forgot my people over here.
This is great to keep your minis in.
That's what mine is in the Pampered chef one.
But
there we go. So that is the conclusion of our meeting, and we look forward to an exciting month of March and all the fun things you guys are going to do. We're going to do the do and tells, and I'll post them because I still have to tally a few of y'all's, make sure we got all the tickets in there. So that might be a virtual drawing. And then Teresa, I know I need to get with you once everybody gets out of here to get Kelly signed up. So we thank you guys for being with us virtually, and this recording will be available for you guys to watch the replay if you so desire. And we'll get all the notes out too. So thanks so much, guys. Bye.